Hello, everyone, and welcome to Harv's World, where we are back on PV Uncharted. Who have we got going with us today? Eric Kuntz, Bradley, Farming Sins, Sharko Gaming is with us today. He's actually on the map with us, and Culpable Abyss 2. And yes, this has some mining on it. Not if you're thinking about Yukon. It's not quite the same. Similar. But there's no caves or tunnels or anything like that, but there is mineable materials and a whole lot of stuff to build. Jordan, the Canadian kid, how you doing, man? How's everybody doing out there? I'll tell you guys, I'm not feeling my best today, so I don't know how long we're going to go, but all I'm concerned about at the moment is getting peanuts harvested. Because we've got our first peanut harvest, and I'm interested to see what this field does for us. I'm very interested, actually. So what's the good word, guys? All three of you today? Oh, I'm turning these beasts around. It's always a challenge, right? Right.
Mm.
You might, I don't know. How much did you get out of that one row, caveman?
Just under 10,000.
GPS is being extremely funky today, too. 10,000. And we got 27 rows, so we should have about 270,000 liters by the time we're done here. That's a pretty good peanut harvest, I'd have to say.
Oh yeah.
We've got our new
Pretty
field.
good.
We got our new field 4 all plowed up and ready. We got a lot of planting to do today, guys. We got 3 fields that need to be planted. Well, this peanut field is one of them. It looks like we're getting good harvest off this too, somewhere around 125%. So that's outstanding. Thank you, Bradley. Appreciate that. Farmer Spanky, good to have you back, man. Good to have you back with us. I won't share your personal information, but Farmer Spanky's been away for a little while, so good to have him back with us.
Welcome back, Farmer Spanky.
Mm-hmm.
Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
So what's the good word out there, guys? Apparently, Bradley has let me know numerous times that YouTube is having issues with thumbnails. Take that for what you will. I doubt it will cause us any problems today. Oh, look at that. Farming Sin's using his custom emote to say hello to Caveman.
Hello, Farming Sons. How's it going?
And yeah, we finally got some blue members. Paw 562, how you doing, bud? So like I was saying, we've got, well, this field will need to be replanted. We've got field 2 that needs to be replanted right there. And then our brand new field 4 that we hauled a lot of timber off of to make. Got that plowed. It needs to be limed and planted also. So we're probably going to be doing a lot of planting today, guys. Did I say farmer?
Apologize, Farmer Sparky.
Did I say farmer Spanky? I'd have sworn I said farmer Sparky.
We both said Spanky.
My apologies, dude. Like I said, I'm not on top of my game as much as I normally am today. Not, not, not feeling the best, but I'll make it through. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. It's all good. I want a turntable at the end of the field just to turn this beast around.
You almost need one, don't you?
Right?
That would be cool.
Even with the crab steering on this thing. Hey, Gabriel Clifford, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Good to have you with us. So, field 1, we pulled all the hemp off of these 2 fields, field 1 and 2. The hemp we've got in the silo about 550,000 liters. If you caught our last stream, um, we baled our grass field, turned it into hay, baled it all. We ended up with, what was that, 436 bales and 1,744,000 liters of straw total.
Something like that.
So by plowing that out and turning it into an actual grass field instead of native grass, we increased our yield by about 450,000 liters. So it was worth plowing out. What else? Oh, field one has got cotton planted in it. Yep,
Ooh, cotton.
I got a wild fiber up my backside, and well, we've got lots of hemp in the silo, which I do want to sell most of it off. We need the cash more than anything, but we're still waiting on a decent price. Um, but we also need cotton in order to make certain textile products, since we have the textile mill.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So hemp plus cotton equals textiles. Harley, how you doing? Always good to have you with us. Thanks for stopping in to join us. We're trying to decide what to put in these other three fields. I think one of them is going to go to sorghum, which we actually have a plan for, but it depends on whether the Shell oil plant decides to come into town or not. Last I heard, they were coming, but no official movement's been made on that as far as we can tell yet. If they do, I know that they make biodiesel out of sorghum, so that would make things a lot easier on us, because frankly, harvesting poplar is just a little bit of a challenge. Although the plus side of poplar is that it regrows. We don't have to do. You know, this thing doesn't want to shift its lanes. That's the real problem on the GPS. It keeps shifting to the wrong lane. It will not shift its lane back over into the lane. I should have my there. Now we should be on par. I should have my lines turned on, I suppose. Put corn in one field and call it Bradley's field. Why? Because Bradley's corny?
That was not punny.
Isn't that punny? Well, you know how it is, Jordan. You know how it is. I mean, I only planted a little bit of cotton for Mrs. Nelson on off the grid. Not nearly like I did before. And I might have a solution to that whole problem anyway, so we'll see what happens. Maybe. Who knows? These decisions are always in flux. You never know what's going to happen until it happens. I like these peanut fields, though.
Pretty.
They look really good.
They are pretty.
I know they don't look like natural peanuts, but give you a chance to see what the crop kind of looks like going in. It looks kind of peanutty. You can't see it up close enough right now, but if you can get close in enough, it does look like harvested peanuts in there. Kevin, how you doing, man? What's the good word, my friend?
It looks like more like packing peanuts in there.
Except packing peanuts are white.
That's true. They had the color of they're specially colored packing peanuts. That's what we're harvesting.
Is that what it is?
Wait till Sharko gets over there beside you to unload you. You can get a pretty good look at him.
That's a good point. Yeah, I'll do that.
You can get a good look at him falling out of the harvester, and you can get a good look at him in the trailer, both.
Mm-hmm.
So one more pass and then I'll have to go unload.
Hey Ben, how you doing, man? Mr. Fothergill. What's the good word, buddy? Apparently, the word for the day here is peanuts.
You make a lot of things out of peanut. Peanut oil, peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Well, this is our first test harvest. We might end up with a peanut plant here. This is our first test harvest on peanuts to see how we do.
In the waters. Well, fields, I guess, in this case.
Thanks, Kevin. The good word is Harv's word. Word. There you go. There's some peanuts falling in. Those look pretty peanutty to me. Although the peanuts falling in are much bigger than the peanuts actually in the trailer. They change size. It's a dimensional pocket or something in the trailer that makes them shrink.
It's when they're in the air they get bigger, but when they land again they get squished again.
Is that what it is?
I mean, in your harvester they're really tiny too.
That's true. Fair enough. I'm doing all right, Ben. I'm doing okay. Not feeling the best today, but we're still gonna have a good time. I love playing this map, and it's always good when I can be here with you guys and good guys like Sharko and Caveman, and FF when he's available. It's
Apparently we need an elephant.
kind of been the Harv and Caveman show for some of the streams lately, which is okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, we should have elephant pens. We can raise
Yeah.
elephants. Exotic animals, sell them to zoos and whatnot. Or we could be good Samaritan types and raise them to be reintroduced into the wild to repropagate endangered species.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Matthew, how you doing, man? Everybody knows about outstanding. Well, yeah, see, we'd have peanuts, then we'd have something to feed the elephants. They could eat the peanuts. Talk about
Then we have the elephants to do all our work and help us push over the trees.
Oh, there you go. And talk about manure.
Oh yeah. That'd be a lot of manure.
That'd be a lot of manure. Good to hear it, Matthew. Good to hear it, man.
And be getting hit by the truckload.
I would be willing to bet in places where elephants are fairly prominent, they harvest elephant manure.
It would not surprise me.
Mm-hmm. It would not.
See, that is just a perfect image right there. Oh, come on. Don't do that. I gotta screenshot this. This actually just looks so good. Get one more for posterity's sake. There we go. Outstanding. Oh wow, Ben. Doing a digger job and one of your mates came on Facebook saying they were looking at an elephant. Was it a digger job near a zoo or something? That would be different. Bradley says there was a mod release today that makes trees have sound when they fall and also when you cut them. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to look into that one because we're gonna be cutting a lot of trees on this map. Kevin, yes. Good thing elephants don't fly. Yeah. Washing the bird poop off your car is bad enough.
Oh God.
Right?
Couldn't imagine elephants.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan, they're I didn't see the video. They're adding something to FS22 to add to silage. Interesting. Ben, that's too funny. He thought his buddy was still hung over, but he was actually seeing an elephant that escaped from a circus and was walking down a river. And that's awesome.
Oh wow.
Well, with two of these harvesters, we're in for about 50,000. So as long as we make more than 50,000 off of our peanuts, we're good to go. And these are leased, by the way. These are far too expensive to try to buy right now.
Oh, you already have almost 100,000 in the silo.
Some of the custom crops require special equipment,
Yes, some of them do.
Mm-hmm.
like lavender and tobacco. That's it. If we're gonna put, we were talking about putting lavender in field 2 because we really kind of want to see what it looks like. If we're gonna put lavender in field 2, we should put tobacco in field 4. Since we have to lease the harvester to do lavender anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or is that the same as the cotton harvester?
Give me a minute and I'll double check.
Okay. Because that would be perfect.
Cotton, lavender, and tobacco all use the same harvester.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll
As
be
long as you use the Module Express multi.
So let's put lavender in field 2 then. We'll put tobacco in this field right here, and that'll keep all of our fields together. And then we'll harvest them all at the same time using the Module Express. And then we'll put sorghum in our new field 4. How does that sound, guys?
That works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Jordan. Thank you very much, man.
That means we also need to get a square bale handler. Or at least a square bale trailer.
Well, leased equipment.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope.
We don't need a bale trailer. We've got a.
Oh, that's
got a
true.
flatbed.
We've got our flatbed.
That's true.
We're good to go with the flatbed. It'll handle those bales.
Actually, the trailers actually aren't that bad.
No.
And neither are the actual frames. Like the things to carry them.
I really hope we can start selling some of these crops off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
I didn't say I was using the stuff, Jordan. I'm just growing it. And hemp, by the way, is a fibrous crop. In fact, there are rules to being a hemp provider, and you have to be growing a species that has even less than trace amounts of THC in it. So if you think you're going to get high from hemp, think again.
Hemp could actually replace most wood products. Take bamboo, but it's actually the fibers can actually be stronger than bamboo.
Yep. Why am I hearing
they
the
grow
plinking
really fast.
sound?
Yeah, I'm hearing plinking too.
I don't know.
We're not.
You're hitting something in the field, maybe?
Well, maybe. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Okay, we will be using some hemp, but we will be using it to make sacks. Because we have to think of, well, see, before we can do our peanut plant, we have to get sugar production up and running, because I'm pretty sure most of the planters' products require sugar.
Probably.
Probably require at least some sugar.
Pretty sure I looked at that. I don't know.
That would be a
Now, on the plus side of harvesting all of that hay, at least for the time being, we won't need any more hay for a good long time.
It does look like they take sugar
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and honey.
Honey?
And sugar, honey, and pallets.
Oh no.
I guess we have to look into honey production then. Buzz, buzz, buzz.
Oh, tink.
What does it take to
Think.
produce honey?
It looks like a bee farm.
Is it under production factories?
It's under PV production factories.
There's a
and
bee.
it's-
There's a bee house for 26,000. You know he always
This is
does like a small version and a big version.
It says bee house, but then it says requires beehives.
Oh, it needs a beehive production. Hive production we have to build, and that requires boards, nails, and epoxy.
Oh.
And the bee
And a
farm,
bee farm
does
requires boards, nails, and epoxy. You know.
too. Okay, so honey production is going to be a challenge to set up. Good.
I just heard a plank.
I've been hearing planks the whole time. I think it's just the way those harvesters go into the ground or something.
Must be. That's funky. Caveman
Yeah.
Bradley says he sent you a link to the forestry sound mod.
Thank you, Bradley. I'll check it out after the stream.
Mr. Robertson, Gary, how you doing, man? What's the good word? The word for today here is peanuts. Unless you're General McCall, I think it was General McAuliffe during World War II when the Germans were asking for American surrender at the Battle of the Bulge. General McAuliffe sent back one word response. And all it said was, nuts.
Good afternoon, Gary.
Very nice, Gary. Very nice. Well,
Don't
that's
make it easy.
yeah, that's part of productions, Jordan. Some maps
That's like
they're
real
very
life,
easy, and that's true. Sharko
Real life,
raises a good
it's-
point.
They get like one thing, and next thing you know, it's down a rabbit hole.
I think the only thing we can't make right now is epoxy, so we're gonna have to figure out how to do that. If we want,
Yes, we can.
where do we make epoxy?
Go look at the sawmill.
No, that's resin.
Is it resin?
That's resin.
Oh,
Resin is different
well,
than
shoot.
epoxy.
I guess resin becomes I remember we needed a glue factory.
Mm,
Now, if we're gonna have a glue factory, maybe we gotta start raising horses.
mm-hmm.
Bad joke, I know. Man, I keep liking these shots. I keep needing to take screenshots here.
How much was two harvesters together? The equipment.
Roughly 50,000. to
Okay,
lease.
so everything in this trailer, and anything else off the field, is profit.
Excellent. We like 'em profit. No, if you're gonna play the PV maps, nothing is. Oh, there's a rock right down here rolling around. I just saw it actually. So I do keep plinking up against a rock that's just floating out here.
Ooh, do grapes make resin? It's not resin we
Grapes?
need, it's epoxy that we need.
Grapes to make resin?
I've never heard that.
I don't think we've got grapes on this map.
Was there raisins on this map?
I don't think
I think there is
so.
grapes. I don't think though it's planted.
Oh,
Yeah, I
they
don't
might be
think
one
it's
of the
planted grapes.
greenhouses.
I think grapes are a greenhouse.
Well, there's one way to find out.
Maybe I was wrong, but I thought I remember seeing grapes.
Apples, cherries, pears, plums, bananas, coconuts, I don't know, papayas, pecans, peaches, black olives, oranges, more peaches or nectarines. I do not see any
No, you're right. I don't either.
grapes. Not even in greenhouse one, that's got all the herbs and stuff in it.
Yeah, nope. Never mind. That's
Oh.
maybe another map I was thinking of.
Raisins was a joke. Raisins,
Oh,
not resin. It's a play on words.
Oh, raisins. That's actually a good one. I don't know why I
It
didn't
is a
get
pretty
that.
good one.
FS22 will have additives for silage and fertilizer and more features to come. Well, I'll be looking forward to
Ooh.
finding out about those.
Mm-hmm.
I would watch more of the FS22 videos, but they're I don't know, I don't find them very user friendly. Those guys sit around and geek out over stuff and for 15 minutes before they get to the point that takes 5 minutes, and then they go geek out for another 20 minutes.
It's more of it's a dev blog than it is
Right.
an actual trailer or a
Yeah.
teaser.
Yeah, it's more of a dev blog.
Jonathan, good to have you back with us, man. Good to have you here. Thank you for stopping in, buddy. As always. I was remiss. Farming Sins. If you guys haven't checked out his channel yet, I would recommend that. We get several content creators in here, and I try to remember to say something when they drop in, but I'm not always good about it. And don't ever feel bad about reminding me, guys. Especially today. My brain's not 100% today.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Jordan.
Bradley, I think you should post that picture of your pumpkins in non-FS related pics
Yes.
in the
I think
Discord,
you should too.
so everybody can see them. I have not had a chance to check my PO box yet this week, but we did have that idea about doing the Harv's World Wall. If y'all are interested in sending Harv a postcard, my P.O. box is under the About tab, and I will start building the Harv's World Wall, but I haven't gotten anything yet. It's not a requirement, it was just an idea. It would be kind of cool to have a little, I don't know, memento from all of these fantastic countries people drop in to see us from. So, or even states or cities,
Let's say, Harv, if every single one watching right now sent you one, that wall would probably be filled up pretty fast.
Well, I've got a lot of bare walls around here. I'll be honest.
Harv has to go and buy just a whole new house for blank walls.
He can go get one of those. He can go get one of those fake walls.
Oh, the fake walls, yeah.
To be fair, I probably have a 10 by 20 foot wall I could do this on.
I have a bunch of tents you could do it on.
Yeah, but they have to come down eventually. Have I been in the potato Kool-Aid again? I wish. And it's actually huckleberry.
Larry?
Well, I think when he's talking about potato Kool-Aid, he's talking about a certain alcoholic product made from potatoes, or known to be made from potatoes. That's just a guess, but I think I'm reasonably accurate.
I think you're reasonably accurate too.
Sounds right.
The stockyards, that would be very apropos to what we're going to end up doing here, Jonathan. The stockyards in Fort Worth. Very cool. I got to start checking Amazon for a world map that I can post, and then see plink.
Ooh,
I,
world
I,
map.
I just ran over that rock. Well, remember we were going to put a world map up, and then take postcards and post them around the world map, and then, well, I was
Mm-hmm.
run
And then string them to where they're from.
string them to where they're from. What are you doing? These things are. Are you having trouble with GPS on these things, Caveman, at all?
No,
Because
not one bit.
mine's really struggling to grab a line and stick on it.
Do you have an offset, Harv?
No. You only get offsets when you have towed equipment.
Well, I was the only reason I say that is maybe you somehow have an offset and not realize it, and that's why it's like auto-correcting to the next lane.
Turn my lines back on. There is no offset. I think the lane is just narrower than what I'm anticipating it to be. It's probably
I think
operator
that's
error.
probably it too.
Operators fault.
Hey, thank you, Ben, for that shout out. Appreciate that. Those little reminders do help. I don't know how active it's been lately, but keep in mind we do have a Discord that's always free, where we specialize in answering questions and helping new farmers get started, but we've got lots of old hands there now too. But also, we have a dedicated server set up with this map, with all the same mods that we're using. I don't know how active it's been, but that is a members only dedicated server for the time being, and unfortunately it's PC only. We do not have the equipment to set up a console dedicated server. Just a little Harv's World FYI. I like the look of the peanut plants. Now, in Florida, I was just reading about this week. In Florida, they actually make something called peanut hay.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a specialized type of peanut plant that doesn't grow the actual peanuts necessarily, and it's becoming
Huh.
it's a good replacement crop for alfalfa, I guess. You know, alfalfa is a big hay,
Mm-hmm.
big for hay, but yeah, you can
See,
look it up.
alfalfa takes a lot of water though, doesn't it?
It better not, because we grow it here in the desert.
Alfalfa can drown in too much water. Peanuts don't.
Guess I guess it's the other way around then.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that when they harvest actual peanuts, that a lot of this, we should probably actually have some kind of windrows behind us, because you can turn this into good fodder for animals too. But they have developed a plant that turns that they grow just to harvest for. It's called peanut hay.
Hmm. I'll need to look into that.
Hit my GPS with a hammer, that might fix it. Well, I could just hit it with my head. That's almost as hard as a hammer. What is my favorite sport? Um, Curling.
Ooh,
No, let
that's
me.
a sport you don't hear often.
Um, Actually, I would have to say it would definitely have to be winter sports. I'm thinking specifically Olympics. Um, Luge or bobsled would be my favorite things to watch, or ski jumping. Those are pretty spectacular.
I think bobsledding would be actually really fun to do, like as an actual sport.
It looks like it would be fun.
I think the skeleton would be terrifying.
Oh, the skeleton would be terrifying. Yeah, it would be.
80 miles an hour laying on your back an inch off the ice.
And having to angle yourself and everything else. And if you do it wrong, then thank you.
Nope. Oh, nice gear. It's a lot. It's a big favorite for a lot of people. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a sports guy. I like the Winter Olympics. I'm not as interested in the Summer Olympics, and I don't follow professional sports teams. Um, Jordan, I have not specifically watched Cool Runnings. It's always been on my list of one of those things to watch.
How have you never watched Cool Runnings?
How have you never watched Pulp Fiction?
Fair enough.
How have neither one of you seen, and this one really, really gets me, The Shawshank Redemption?
I've seen Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, have you seen it?
No, you watched it in
I
class.
hadn't seen it.
Like, you can't even claim to own a man card if you haven't seen The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, I've definitely seen it.
Shawshank is one of those movies when you see it on, if you're flipping through the channels, you will stop and end up watching the rest of it just because you can. We're almost done. Looks like, what, 2 more passes and we're done. I will add I will add Cool Runnings to my list of movies to watch ASAP. And I do like underdog style movies like that. There was a really good one, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head right now. It was about a group of Hispanic kids in California who entered a robotics competition, and they ended up beating out like some of the top colleges in the nation. And they were doing it, on an extreme budget. Like they were buying all of this off the wall, budget basement stuff and making it work for what they were trying to accomplish.
Sometimes that's actually the best when it's off the shelf parts.
I remember it had Marissa Tomei in it, but I can't remember the name of it. It was a very cool underdog style movie, though. Oh, The
Looks
Green Mile's a
interesting.
good one too, Ben. Hey Bradley, that's all you can do, man. If anybody is critical about your pumpkins, you just tell them what they can do with your pumpkins and leave it at that. It's nobody's business but yours. I remember that, Eric. Shawshank was filmed in Ohio.
Tried growing watermelons.
I feel like deja vu. I'm pretty sure we've had this conversation about Shawshank before. But
I think we have.
Such a great movie, though.
It is.
Are we going to go head to head on this final pass, Caveman?
Either that or I can grab it.
Yeah, let's just knock it out together and be done with it. Assuming I can even turn around.
Is it just me or do these things really slow?
Well, they run 7, although they take a lot of damage apparently because I'm down to 6 miles an hour top speed now.
I've been down to 3 since like my 3rd pass.
3?
Yeah, like when I first started, I was only doing like 4.
But speed doesn't always register right for you on multiplayer, does it?
Nope.
No, it doesn't.
All right, Shirko,
Actually,
we're expecting a final peanut count from you.
Okay.
Got to count every individual single peanut.
Every peanut. Okay.
Yep. We will expect a report. within 72 days. Those straight lines are just a pain, aren't they, sometimes?
I mean, great day. You get it going in the proper direction, then you just, you know, let go and set cruise and let it ride.
I'm gonna peel off here, caveman. I'll let you knock the end off this row.
I was gonna park in the field then for you guys.
Alright, first peanut harvest ever done. Sharko's drifting.
Hmm?
He said Sharko was drifting.
Oh. Yes.
Pretend you're counting votes for next week's election. That's funny. Uh-oh. Peanut harvester bumper cars.
Truck, stay still.
I know I left my tractor over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're going to put lavender in this field that I'm coming across right now.
Okay, I guess I'll take the rest of the silo myself.
Oh, I'm full. Didn't realize I was full.
I'm going to start planting the lavender. You guys can decide what you want to do.
I want to count every
Just
single peanut.
field 4, does it need to be scanned or is it ready for line?
It's ready for lime.
Okay. You want to start liming field 4 there, Sharko?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Let me just dump these.
the lime sprayer is full, and there's another 3+ tanks of liquid lime sitting over there. If you need to buy more, I think you have access to do that.
I should.
Yes, we do.
The only thing I'm allowed to buy is lime and fertilizer.
That
Yes,
seems
you're putting
reasonable.
You're putting lavender in that field, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I guess I will put tobacco in the field 3.
That works for me. I think that was the plan. Oh, I don't think that harvester would go down your average road, Eric. Why is that down? It's strange.
I counted how many peanuts
How many peanuts?
we have. 52,533,413.
What's that in liters?
That is 280,000 liters.
What's the peanut price right now?
Almost 600.
Before you do, the
Liming?
liming, you would just want to start running those to town and sell them.
I can do that.
I think we're safe to sell them.
Yeah, we have 52 million individual peanuts.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I am using no fertilizer on this lavender, so I'm a little concerned that we might have too much nitrogen in our soil here. Just a little bit. Hey,
Might be a little bit.
Hey, Carla. My day's okay. Not feeling the best, but doing all right. How are you? That's right. A circus is coming to town, and they're desperately going to need peanuts. So, we don't want the elephant escaping. And what in the world?
Aerizing our peanut field.
That's right. We don't want them coming down the river. Our friends get done with their night out on the town and are seeing elephants roaming around.
That's why we need to unsell them, so we don't have elephants all around our silo trying to get to peanuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where it's got the best price for them, Sharko?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I at least have access to that. Might not have access to buy anything else other than lime and fertilizer, but I can see where the prices are for everything.
You can buy herbicide as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about herbicide. I can buy herbicide too.
We just won't let you buy fertilizer and diesel at the same time, and we won't ever let you drive the explosives trailer.
Exactly.
Oh, is
No
that why every time I
explosives
go
for the
to a gas
Sharko.
station, the card declines?
That's right. We told them. This guy needs to be watched like a hawk. Because if you don't watch him like a hawk, something's going to blow up. Or end up in the bottom of a river.
End up in an ocean that's nobody knows how far away is.
Also, has anyone seen my scooter?
It was delicious. What about your scooter?
The last thing I know, it popped up on my phone. It's been sunken.
Last time I saw it, it was still sitting beside the barn where you left it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe I drove it into a puddle.
It's next to the garage.
It might be in a puddle. It did rain the other day.
That's true.
That's how my phone popped up saying I got a new bike. It's 'cause I drove it to the water. I say new bike. I didn't get approved this time for insurance.
Jordan, next to your house, you have a neighbor with an oat field that had 15 bears in it. Do bears eat oats?
Apparently.
Just about anything. Food-wise.
Yeah, I was pretty sure they'll eat anything but, like, milk.
I've heard that mares eat oats, and goats eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy. But I've never heard of bears eating oats. And anybody who knows where that quote comes from, I would be severely impressed. 15 bears.
Yes, Bradley, I do know about that.
Oh, and Sharko, if you wanted to return the peanut harvesters, that would be lovely too, so we don't have to pay extra leasing fees on
I can do that.
them. Right, Sparky? Keep Sharko away from the explosives.
Hey, the first time I ever had an explosive, I blew up the building. No one saw it, but the building wasn't there anymore.
I've hauled Class 3 explosives before.
Really?
Yeah, you know what Class 3 explosives usually are?
That's dynamite, isn't it?
Fireworks.
Oh,
Fireworks.
fireworks.
Yeah, right, Jonathan? I've seen deer in plenty of fields, but never, never, never bears.
I've seen a moose.
That would be cool. I'd like to see a moose.
It was a female moose, sadly, but
I was just talking about bears in Norway. In Norway, you can actually see polar bears if you go far enough north.
I could too. But that's quite a long distance drive.
Well, is the Northwest Territory part of Canada or not?
It is.
Okay.
It's just about a 2-day drive
I'm sure it
from
is.
where I live. So, I'd rather not take that trip if I didn't have to.
Oh, and we're putting sorghum in our final field, right?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure that's what we said.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure
like,
it is too.
we're as long as we're planting hemp, I think it was, and
No.
Tobacco, lavender, and
the
cotton.
tobacco, and yeah.
We've got cotton. We're going to do lavender, tobacco, and sorghum.
Hmm.
Sorghum is not a cash crop, it's a production crop.
Well, I've never seen a bison or an elk.
I've seen bison before.
Oh boy.
They're not uncommon. And actually, they say that bison is healthier for you than beef is.
It is.
Yep, it's leaner.
Hmm.
There's also such thing as a beefalo.
Oopsies.
Bradley, the DB60, the DB90, and the DB120. When you have too many of them in multiplayer, they were causing us issues before
That's right.
because they have so many dynamic moving parts that when you put it on multiplayer, it gets a little fishy.
It's an incredibly powerful machine. It's not very good.
We were struggling to keep them going in multiplayer on Yukon.
Not to mention, they're John Deere. So,
Yeah, we
You only
did a
use cloths.
lot of John Deere on the Yukon, so we felt like we needed to change it up on this playthrough. Jonathan's seen a buffalo ranch, lots of deer, elk, and turkeys. Actually, I haven't seen an elk ranch, but I remember hearing an elk ranch when I lived in Idaho. There was one close by, and you could hear the elk calling in the mornings and evenings. It was kind of cool, actually.
You know, I have a question for non-Canadians out there. What is one of the most scariest animals or creatures in Canada that Canadians are scared of?
Each other.
my guess would be a moose.
Hey, Kyle Krames. Is it? I'm gonna mispronounce this. Kyle Krames, whatever it is. Kyle, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us. And yeah, I've had bison burgers. I can't tell the difference between them and beef, to be honest. There's a near the town I grew up in. There is a fort called Fort Wiatnan. And every year in October, usually mid to late October, they have what's called the Feast of the Hunter's Moon. Kind of a celebration of the Revolutionary War and the history that the fort played. You know, they have Revolutionary War reenactments. There's teepees set up, and you know it's got all of the crafty booths and all of the foods. And one of the common food booths that's there is the Buffalo Burger or Buffalo Stew booth. which is always very popular, although I think it's becoming less popular because it's not as much of a novelty now as it used to be. But they do all of the this is how we made candles back then, this is how this happened back then, that kind of stuff. So,
Um, Ben, I have seen the Northern Lights before. Now, not the solid lines you see. Those do exist, but they're really far up north. It's more just blotches of the colors that you see where I live. Not the nice lines. I'd love to go and see those sometime.
I got it, Kyle. Rhymes with promise. Kyle Cromus. Thank you for
Promise rhymes
correcting
with
me.
promise.
Cromus.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Outstanding. Had to say it.
Oh, there's bears all over the place where I live.
Are there cobra chickens?
Yes, those are no. No, Cobra chickens are not the answer.
That wasn't moose either.
It is geese. It's Canadian geese.
Geese.
Afraid of them? No, I just hate them.
They're annoying.
Up here, when they have kids, you could be on the other side of the river, and they will come after you. You do not they are one things that that Canadians are actually afraid of. A bear?
They
Oh,
protected?
they are not protected. No, well, you can't just go hunting them because you have to be in the hunting season.
But they're not a protected species.
They're not a protective species. No.
Okay, they come across that lake after you, grab the closest stick you can and whack them in the head with it. Don't leave you alone.
I can guarantee you they won't. They're one of the most vicious. They don't give up. It's funny thing is, you'll see Canadians will just pull over for bears and just feed bears. I ain't lying, man.
So, Sharko,
Bear,
while your
see a
trailer
geese?
is filling up there, would you return the peanut harvesters, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
There we go.
I wouldn't care about Canadian geese if it wasn't for the fact that they poop all over everything.
Oh yeah, their poop's toxic. We have or no, I guess not where I live now, but where I used to live, there was a bay that was completely closed and you could not swim in it because there's so much geese poop.
I don't
It'd make
doubt
you
it.
really sick.
Okay. So on a totally unrelated note, about 5 or 6 years ago, there used to be an ostrich farm about 10 miles from my house.
Really?
Nice.
That's cool. Have you ever had an ostrich egg?
Yes.
Are they good?
It tastes like a chicken egg, pretty much.
Just
a
massive?
lot bigger. Yeah.
Family-sized omelet, yeah. I was
Definitely. It's like an 18 egg omelet from one egg.
18 egg
we were doing some visits a few weeks ago to have some contracts signed for my job, and one of the guys that we visited had 2 emus, which are basically like ostriches, but a different breed or something. I don't know, but they're emus, not
smaller.
ostriches. Yeah, they're a little bit smaller.
And they're less aggressive.
Gary, Canadians are also nice because we take all of our anger and meanness and put them into the Canadian geese.
That explains it.
That explains why Canadian geese are such a pain in the neck. And then you send them all down to the U.S. Man, we get a lot of them down here.
Yeah, they fly south for the winter. Oh, you get them when they're nice. You don't get them when up here, basically in the spring. Like, you don't go near water if you see geese. That's basically the rule of thumb. You will get pecked, and they will not give up. Like if
You
you wanted
can
to
make them
actually,
give up. You can make them give
did,
up. You just
you
gotta
can
be
try.
persuasive enough.
Okay, you keep going at it then, caveman. Tell me how well it goes for you.
That's somewhat true, Bradley. It depends on the animal, though. Dogs and cats, you're not supposed to look in the eye, especially dogs. I'm not a big pet person. I mean, I don't have anything against pets. I just don't really necessarily want one for myself. But for some reason, dogs and cats love me. They really do. Like, I've never
I have
had a
two
dog
kittens
or a
that sleep
cat
with me
be
every
mean.
night. I have two kittens and they sleep with me every night.
Oh, Kyle. Okay, that's interesting. Apparently, geese or swans will keep geese away.
That is true. Swans do keep geese away.
And do we really have weeds in your tobacco field already, caveman?
They're popping up behind me planting.
Holy crap.
Jeez, those weeds are they must really like that tobacco then.
They
Okay.
must.
So our peanuts brought in about $150,000,
It's not bad.
which means we made about 95,000 profit. I'll take it.
Any
Yeah,
profit we can
that's
make
not
right
bad.
now is a good profit.
That's right.
Mhm.
Sharko, do you want to go ahead and get on liming field 4?
Yes.
Sharko's the gopher today. Sharko, do this. Sharko,
I
do
do know
that.
actually here in Canada though, they say you're supposed to you're not supposed to avoid um animals on the road because you're more likely to do more damage if you like swerve and all that.
Huh.
Um Up here, if you see a moose on the road and you can't stop, you're supposed to go you are supposed to like swerve because that moose will do more damage than you hitting a tree.
Well, yeah, those things are massive.
And they'll get up and walk away too. You can
Moose
hit
are
them with a
like
vehicle and they'll get up and walk away.
moose are like 8 or 9 feet tall, man.
They are not small, and like I think they're get up to 12 feet, the males, with their antlers. But males can get big.
Well, Bradley, I would have a cat before a dog, but that's just me.
I love cats. I'm a cat person.
The weeds are definitely filling in.
I love dogs though. Don't get me wrong. I love dogs. Just more of a cat person.
I love
Less
animals in
maintenance.
general. I just don't want a pet.
I don't really like cats.
That's pretty
Any
common.
reason?
Uh, Probably the biggest reason that I don't like them is because I'm very allergic to them.
That's a good
That's a
reason.
very good reason. Actually, I know someone who is highly allergic to cats. That like they could get very high, like cat needs an EpiPen or whatever, but loves them. Not allergic to dogs, but hates them.
I have an ex who's horribly allergic to cats, and she insisted we have two of them.
Huh.
Well, to be fair, we got the one, and then we were gone we were gone like 12 hours a day for work, 5 days a week, and so we got a cat for the cat.
You got a cat for a cat.
That's right. We got him a buddy,
Aw.
Digby and Shadow. But Shadow was my cat, man. He would come when I called him, and he would drape himself over my shoulder when I got home and start purring like crazy. And he was dumb as a post. He was not the smartest cat in the world, but he was cute as a button.
Oh. Derp.
got a friend that's got a black cat and a black dog. The cat's name is Toil and the dog's name is Trouble.
That's
What?
awesome. Very clever.
I have so many cats, I kind of forget the names of them all.
I'm still kind of intrigued by Kyle talking about the swans that will keep geese away. I've heard that swans can be pretty darn mean. As beautiful as they can actually do a lot of damage. Oh, thanks, Kevin. I'm sure we'll be planting more peanuts when Planters comes to town.
Apparently Phoenix says they're allergic to cats, but they also have 3.
Hey, it's whatever it takes, Phoenix. Absolutely. And welcome to the stream. I don't know that I've seen you pop in before, so glad to have you with us. Thank you for coming in.
I have 11 cats.
I feel like I've seen Phoenix's picture before.
I feel like I have too. Okay. Lavender complete. Let's shut her down, fold this bad boy up. I reckon I will go refill this planter and then start working on sorghum. It doesn't really look like you need much in my way of help, caveman. You're almost done, really.
Yep, I'm almost done, and I'm already lined. I'll be when I finish the last pass on this field. I'll be lined up to start on the next one.
That's handy.
That's true, you will be.
Oh, good to know, Ryan. Good to know. Well, YouTube just popped Phoenix directly to us. So YouTube is doing a fine job today, and we appreciate their efforts dramatically.
Yes, we do.
Anytime they send traffic our way is a good day. And we're glad to have everybody with us. Ryan Mervowitz has geese and swans. The geese are much, much bigger, and the swans are much bigger, and the geese stay the heck away. Man, well, I don't have the problem here, but when I lived in Idaho, man, we had just geese out the yin yang. So many of
You
the
don't see
geese.
swans up here, though. Up here in Canada, you don't see swans very often. They can still be up here, just you don't see them very often.
The one problem with the Great White North is that they fill very slowly. It's the only thing I don't like about them so much, but otherwise. Oh, and I missed it. Sorry, Play Games, if you're still watching, thank you for subscribing. Always happy to have new folks with us. So welcome to Harv's World Play Games. We do, just not the bad kind. We only play the good kind of games. Well, you know that those situations where you have to go, don't you play games with me.
Oh, hello, Ryan. Another Ontarian.
Is that what they're called? Ontarians?
Got like like a quarter of a pass left on this field.
I mean, I don't really know what you'd call an Ontario, or, I mean, you have Quebecs, or the Frenchies.
YouTube auto-loaded this video from watching a Star Citizen video. That's interesting. Hey, Phantom Knight, doing good, man. How are you, bud? Still not feeling the best, but we're doing okay. I'll be all right. We needed sorghum now, right? Right.
Yep, sorghum.
Sorghum by the sea.
And I guess after I finish this field up, I'll just start on herbicide.
And I just passed the sorghum, so now I gotta go all the way back around again. They should do this alphabetically.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, they
Hey,
should.
Henry Holland, thank you, bud. I appreciate you saying so. Always happy to hear from folks who are enjoying the work that I do, and happy to have you with us, man. Thank you so much. Very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. There's my A.
I think my game froze. Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back, Mr. Cotter.
This field's actually pretty good for lime, surprisingly.
Oh.
Like, I'm not adding very much.
First pass of sorghum going in. First time ever on this field. Outstanding.
First time we've planted that field.
That's what I mean. First time ever planting this field. And we're going to have a whole bunch more forestry coming up again also. Because we're out of room again. Although we're trying to save up money to buy lot 18, which I'll show you. Lot 18 is this one right here. And we want to build a better road to town, which is right there. And it also looks like our good loamy soil bleeds into 18 and 13 a lot. So we might have to take that into consideration too.
If anyone has actually problems with Canadian geese, if you set up like a rope or something across like a big open field where they land, they will not land there. Or across water. If there's like, they land in the water and you always don't like them landing there. If you just set up a big rope across the water when they fly into your area normally, they will not land there.
I would believe you, but I'm going to call BS on that particular little factoid because there's power lines all over the place and that doesn't stop them from landing.
It has to
In
be,
fact, I've seen a goose try to land on a power pole and let's just say his goose was cooked.
I saw
really?
a video of that.
No, that's actually quite common up here for people to have like on the edge of the waterfronts and over their own ponds, just a bunch of ropes and all that with
Maybe a bunch
geese
of
don't land there.
ropes, but a
Like,
single
not
rope.
just so if you live on like a lake, they'll put you'll put a single one across the water, and they will not come to you because they can't just walk on and off the land. If it's a big open area and you put multiples across, depending on the size of the area, they will not land there because they can't walk easily.
I still find it questionable because of the whole power pole argument or power line argument.
There might be ones that
it-
try maybe, but
Oh,
It might
Ro-
be the fact that the power pole's too high off the ground to affect it.
maybe. Ryan's
it's
agreeing with
usually
you.
it's because
so
they can't walk. You can only walk about like an inch or two. You can't be super high off the ground.
Well,
Yeah, a foot over the water, but on the ground you don't want it too high because they can walk over it.
all right. If I ever have a Canadian goose problem again, I will try stringing some rope. But if it doesn't work, I'm going to send you the bill for the cost of the rope. Oh, come on, that was kind of funny.
I mean, it can't be just like a tiny little thin one too, because then they can't see it. But, I mean, that was not necessarily obvious, but like fishing rope or fishing wire, I guess, would not work.
When you are you done with the liming, or you still got a little bit to do?
Very little bit left.
When you're done, you want to grab the herbicide sprayer and field 1 is done, so field 2, 3, and 4 will need herbicide.
I'm already working on that.
Actually, to be fair, Kevin, I I'm the one who decided how big this field should be, and I actually plowed most of it. We're going to need a lot of
Actually,
money
yeah,
on this
you're
map.
welcome.
A lot of money for this map.
How about that? Yes, Canadian geese need runways. They can't just take off.
Oh, that's fair.
So if they can't land
a
and
runway. I didn't
yeah,
know
they
could
can't
give a
just
runway.
they can't just take off. They actually have to run and then kind of flap.
Except
They can't take off.
albatrosses do the same thing.
Like you said, the rope idea would probably work for albatrosses too. Then
Maybe.
yeah, if you can make the rope more obvious, it does work better than just like a rope. Okay, field's done.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir.
I'll go grab the herbicide.
You haven't even wrecked anything yet.
Wow.
Wow.
I've crashed a few times. I just didn't want to admit it.
I'm already doing the herbicide, Charco.
Oh,
Oh, I guess you can start planting this field then. I thought you were
What
going to
the-
switch over to planting, caveman.
No, so once I was done, I was going to start herbicide.
uh,
Because I figured
got
I'd be
the
done
tractor
before Charco
stuck.
would. Get it unstuck.
I'm in the middle of a field.
What got stuck?
There's like an invisible wall here.
I
That was
don't.
weird.
I
Okay.
don't see you stuck.
If you go slow over that spot that doesn't have lime, you just come to a complete stop.
Now, if you can empty that last lime tank, that would be lovely too. If you have room for it.
I don't have much in this thing, so
Power lines have 3 wires in the US and Canada. We both have a polyphase electrical grid. Interesting. Brightside
Yeah,
video that
three-phase.
said that rhinos and
Actu-
elephants have tusks because that's their defense. And
I do know this. The free phase doesn't actually apply to the lines on the pole. It actually just refers to the power going into your house. Like from the actual transformer you see on the street or on the poles to your house, that is 3-phase. But the big power lines you see are actually only like.
hey,
all the power
Sharko,
goes to
you were
that.
talking about a conversation that you had with a farmer recently.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, I was at work the other day and a farmer was there, and I asked him why they usually do corn and soybean crop rotations. And one of the things he said is obviously they switch it back and forth each year, but after they're done the soybeans or corn, they basically get the planters and they'll plant soybeans in it for the next year. They take no fertilizer. Soybeans are just a direct plant. And then when they want to go plant corn, they plow the field, or at least this farmer plows the field before they plant the corn. And they also supposedly turn the headland passes of a field into chaff, and then they take the harvesters so they can actually turn around in their fields using the harvesters.
They do headland passes, chaffing the corn so that they can use or have turnarounds on the ends of their fields for their harvesters.
I am terrible at explaining things.
That makes complete sense. No, no, I was just clarifying.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was interesting information.
At least I just
That's pretty
maybe not all
interesting.
farmers do that. I just know the farmers that make that. The one
At
I
least the
asked,
one
that's what
you
he did.
talked to does.
They actually had it work. Like they are actually doing it, or not necessarily the one I was talking to, but the field that I was beside was being done. So it was really cool.
Now, I have seen there's a young lady who has a YouTube channel. Her name is Erin Holbert. You can find a link to her channel on my YouTube channel at the bottom. I like she she's farming about an hour from where I used to live, so that's kind of why I started watching her. But she does some really nice videos. She mixes it up a little bit. Sometimes she'll like say, what's a good farm breakfast and do like a recipe. But a lot of times it's in cab, chaser bin driver, planter, whatever. And one of the things that I didn't know, but I found really interesting that they do on their farm is when they plant their field corn. Um, so let's say they've got a 12 row planter. On the half dozen boxes on the outside of their planter, on the outside of edge of the field, they will put sweet corn in, say, 6 of the boxes, and then the rest of it field corn. So they'll only plant about 6 rows of sweet corn, just enough to take care of their family needs. Well, that's still going to be an awful lot of sweet corn, but still, they'll do one pass with that sweet corn and then swap out the boxes and put field corn in and do the rest of the field in field corn.
Where are you planting, Harv?
Sorghum.
Sorghum. Just want to make sure I was planting going to plant the right thing.
Well, that's a possibility, Ben. Ben's asking, are they chaffing that to the ground so that they can help prevent field compaction?
Um, no, I know at least this farmer was using it for cows, like silage,
Oh, okay.
like so.
There was a goose on the road that flapped his wings, saying he's better than you are. That's funny. Bulldog, welcome to Harv's World. Thanks for subscribing, bud. Happy to have you with us, my man. Or woman. You could be a female bulldog. I'll tell you what, our fields get much bigger. We might have to start investing. Well, we just got bigger planters.
Yeah, we just got bigger planters.
Never mind. Shutting up.
I think we'd have to invest in larger tractors first.
That's true. But I don't know.
Nothing stopping us from buying a third one.
We're going to be, that's true. We're going to be focusing a lot on cattle in the future. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out.
Okay, Harv, my GPS is being funky too.
Glad to know it's not just me. Although I think it was more the narrowness of the peanut. I was underestimating how narrow the peanut harvester was because I had my lines turned off.
Well, I had no offset, and I had my lines turned on, and it decided to run parallel, not to where it was supposed to go.
Okay, that's different.
It was just like, maybe like, I checked, there was no offset, so I turned it off and turned it back on, and it's working now, so.
So we've got pretty respectable production from our dairy cattle at this point. We've got a good sized dairy cattle barn. Oh man, I'm spinning wheels in a big way here.
Bin tires?
Kinda. It's really struggling to pull down the field right now. So the next phase of our cattle operation is going to be caveman. What are we putting in?
Hang on, let me get the list pulled up. Or you mean the next thing for cattle specifically?
The next thing for cattle specifically, we're putting in the feedlot,
Oh,
right?
a feedlot. A feedlot.
So we're putting in a feed lot to start raising beef cattle. We've got our dairy cattle. We're going to get beef cattle going.
Ooh.
And I think
That mean burgers every morning?
well, we need to start raising the beef cattle, so eventually we can put in, what do we got? A butcher, and there's something else.
We
Or
wanted
is,
to put in a butcher. We wanted to get a butcher in town, and we also wanted to get a dairy in town.
right. I thought there was something else for beef cattle.
There might be, but I don't remember right off the top of my head.
Sprue and Glue, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Harv's World. I appreciate the subscription, bud. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you, and everybody. I haven't said this in a while, but you do know that this is all about you guys, right? I mean, we get on, we have fun playing together, we do our thing, we enjoy it, but it's really about you guys. Having the ability to chat with you all, get to know you guys a little bit. You know, it's the videos are nice and I enjoy doing them, but they're a little bit impersonal. So this way we at least get to hang out with you guys and chat and get to know you a little bit. So Harv's World and the guys very much appreciate everything you do.
It's a time where we can hang out and chill.
Exactly.
And we don't always get to play casual anymore. I don't, for sure.
I also really don't either.
I almost never have time to play casual FS anymore. So this is, I mean, I do put some work into planning the streams to make sure we're going to have enough to do and advance things a little bit, especially on this map because there's so much going on that trying to stream every minute of it would A, bore people to tears, and B, take for bloody ever. But anyway.
I mean, one of the reasons why I can't make it to Saturdays or Sundays is I'm working, so.
Right. So, it gives us an opportunity to just chill, casual farm, do some unique things, find interesting maps, and really hang out with you guys who make this such a great place. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Harv's World has one of the best FS communities. And that's you guys. That I can even remotely think of. You guys are awesome, and we appreciate you in a big, big way.
Sure do.
But it's definitely true. Playing with people is definitely a lot more fun than playing alone.
A whole lot more fun.
And I agree with you, Kevin. There is so much to do on this map. You'll never get bored. You never will. And if I couldn't play with these guys, I would gladly play this map solo. Because it's the opportunities on it and things you can do are just fantastic. You're going to be seeing a lot more too because you know, the more of this stuff we want to build, it looks like we've got to ramp up some honey production so we can do planters peanuts. You know, it just takes those things to the next level as well. Henry, I actually have my streaming schedule on the About tab. I stream every Wednesday and Sunday. Sunday is an earlier stream. Wednesday's the later in the day stream, at least based on US times. I do the early stream on Sunday to try to be more inclusive to my European fans. We have a lot of European fans, and this time of day for them is kind of the middle of the night for a lot of them, so they don't get an opportunity to see. But Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Or no, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I agree, Kyle. I absolutely agree. It is very relaxing. It's just such a chill game. Ghost Pepper, how you doing, bud? good to see you back with us for a little bit. Outstanding.
Hey, Ghost
And,
Pepper.
Hello.
and Gary, to answer your question, both. How long did we do Yukon? It was at least 3, probably close to 4 months of streaming on Yukon. We had
Yeah, I think so.
we had easily accomplished everything we wanted to do, but we were also, as much as we did enjoy the map, we had gotten to a point where we were very ready to move on to something new.
Yes.
Oh, Henry, it's 2 a.m. for you right now, so you must be one of those European folks I'm talking about. Oh, I'm glad to have you with us, man, at 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, what's going on, Ghost Pepper? Sorry to hear you're having a rough time of it.
There's a 2 a.m. right now.
Well,
Oh, I
Bummer
guess
it's
you're
not
up.
here.
on the
You're up.
East Coast, it's 9 p.m., so
It's your, yep, you're up. We're that time zone, which is actually, I think, just
it'd be a 5-hour difference, probably somewhere in the UK, I would imagine.
let me guess, Henry. Are you in Scotland? Or is Holland? I don't know actually what Holland is, but
Oh, and Phoenix is in the EU also. European Union, 3 a.m. Wow. If you
3 a.m.
guys don't
Even
mind shouting out your countries, that would be great. I always love to hear about that. It's kind of a thing. Ghost Pepper, I am so sorry to hear about your mother. Very sorry, dude. I totally understand what you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
through. I have
Very
been
sorry to
there
hear
with
that.
both of my parents, so
Sorry to hear about your mom, Ghost Pepper.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that.
it's always rough losing a family member, but parents, I mean, uh, yeah. Uh, yeah. Anyway, our thoughts and prayers are with you, man.
Phoenix is in Holland,
Oh, outstanding.
but Henry's in the UK.
Phoenix, tulips and windmills. Let's see. Bradley lives in Graceland.
I live in an igloo.
I live in the middle of nowhere in Virginia.
I live in Nevada. Oh, Boone, North Carolina. Very nice.
I know where that's at.
Phoenix. Oh, wow. So you're just like me. PC gaming and being a hermit. Yep, yep.
I love being a hermit.
Oh, Kyle's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, you might be neighbors with Kevin. Ben's in Yorkshire. Very nice. I got a couple Farmer Sparky
Farmers.
from North Carolina also. Do we know if it's cold where John or where Bradley? I'm pretty sure Ghost Pepper is from Ohio, land of the Buckeyes, which yeah are well they actually are very very pretty. You can polish them up and they're actually gorgeous to look at, but that's about the only value they have, at least that I'm aware of. All right. Tobacco. lavender, cotton, and sorghum. I mentioned Sorghum by the Sea earlier. Anybody remember what video series that was from? Probably not.
I'm going to say. Yeah, I don't remember names.
Well, what map was I playing, I guess is really a better question. It was obviously by the sea.
You play a lot of maps near the sea.
Hey, Mr. Swede, how you doing, buddy?
Bradley, when I said I live in an igloo, it's a joke because a lot of people say Canadians live in igloos. It does get cold up here. I am wearing a sweater now. Even though last month I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt. And Monday I'll probably be wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Pacific Northwest was not by the sea. Sorry, Jonathan.
Was it?
Thank you for playing.
Was it
No,
that one with the uh the the black market farmers?
No.
That's Pineapple Bay, and
Pineapple
no, it's
Bay.
the one before Pineapple Bay. Not before Pineapple Bay, but it's the Ischia Farms.
That's right. It was Ischia Farm. Very good, Shurko.
I knew which one it was. I'm trying to think. I was thinking of the name.
It was Ischia Farm.
Like, what's the name?
That's right. Jonathan got it. The Italy one. Jonathan and Shurko. You both win the Christmas turkey. Gobble, gobble. And yes, I'm driving around in circles.
Does anybody know if we have any more herbicide?
Did you use up everything that was sitting over at the shop area?
There's a half full one in the shop.
Okay. So I got half one. That should be enough to finish this.
Mm-hmm.
Outstanding. We got all these fields planted up. Well, now what are we going to do, guys? That's the question of the day. Now what are we going to do?
Well, there's a grass field that's ready to be harvested.
Are you kidding me?
No.
The grass field is ready already?
When isn't it ready?
Holy crap. I'm going to start by hosing off this equipment, cleaning it up to get it ready to be put away. With our handy dandy 3-mile long garden hose. Ooh,
Longest garden hoses in the world.
cow tipping. I have a cow tip. Don't buy milk cows when you need beef cows. that doesn't sound good, Bradley. You got stung by hornets and they were eating pumpkin pie and watching football at the hospital. That's because you live at Graceland. I think we're good. Oh, wait a minute. Getting this tractor before he can spray me back.
I remember my appendix almost exploded one year on Thanksgiving.
Oh, God, dude. Hey, Yee Gamer, how you doing, man? Well, welcome back. Good to have you back with us for a little bit, bud.
I
Good
know.
to see you back.
I surprised my is around our Thanksgiving, but I surprised my mom with being in the hospital on her birthday.
You surprised your mom what on her birthday?
I surprised her I was in the hospital. She had texted me saying, "Yeah, I'm in the hospital." Like 3 o'clock in the morning from me on her birthday.
Yeah, that's not usually what moms want to hear on their birthday.
Oh, no, it's to do with the fact that she flew up to see me because she wasn't. I wasn't living at home at that point.
Ah,
So yeah, that wasn't fun. I mean, everything turned out all right in the end, and I got to spend her birthday with me, or I got to spend yeah I got to spend time with her for her birthday, which is nice. So
let's see, we've got the mowers down there. Just to be safe, I'll take one of these. If we're going to the grass field, take care, Farming Sins. Glad to have you with us, man. Our pleasure, bud.
Care.
Well, we
you need a big
clearly
tractor for the grass field.
not really. We've got the two mower tractors down here already, and I just brought a tractor down to run the windrower. Probably too much tractor for the windrower, but I don't care. These are our hay bale stacks, guys. 168 in one and 165 in the other. Now these are
Good
bale
stuff.
storage mods that were included with the map. And they're pretty slick. You just drop your bales right in this area here, and it automatically adds them to the stack.
I haven't seen these yet.
So you don't have to have individual bales stacked like this because we know how badly bales and logs lag out the game.
I haven't seen how this thing works yet, the baler.
It's pretty spectacular.
Could have watched the last stream,
I was about to say you're gonna have to go back and watch the last stream.
or if you were here, you could have saw it firsthand.
It's basically a windrower, and that the windrower that's on there is a real world windrower. That is a front mounted windrower. But they've attached it, at least for this mod, to the front of a baler so it windrows and then bales at the same time.
Hmm.
Are you headed this way, caveman?
Will be in a minute.
Okay.
Getting the last little bit that it didn't get in the last pass.
Okay.
Yeah. It needed to be about 2 foot wider, and I would have got it.
You can go ahead and start mowing, Sharko.
Where's the grass field? I just want all this gone.
Just do whatever. It's not like it matters.
That's true.
Did we get any fertilizer on that?
Yeah, when we planted it. Oh, you mean on the grass field? Yes, I fertilized it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jonathan, those stacks are pretty cool. Obviously they've got all three, silage, hay, and straw. And you would have to buy them individually, of course. But I like them when they've got round or square bales, whichever you prefer. I don't know why anybody would prefer square bales to round. Oh, and those of you who didn't see, our entire grassing operation is Fendt powered. Fendt mower, Fendt windrower, Fendt baler, and Fendt tedder. Oh, Kyle. Kyle works in New Holland, Pennsylvania, and he just found out that they will give you factory tours. And I
Really?
think it's safe to assume he's talking about the excuse me, New Holland factory.
Oh, there's a few patches of hay on the field, it looks like.
It's all right. Not enough to worry about, trust me. I was running around looking for every little bit I could to finish the last bale.
Are you turning it into hay or?
No, this is all going to be silage.
Hmm.
Every bit of it.
Just trying to back out of the way until we got a second mower running. We'll need the second mower to be wide enough for the windrower. Fent all the way. It's the Harv's World way, Fent. I need somebody to reach out to Fent and have them contact me about a sponsorship. God knows I've given them enough.
What would they give you? Did they just give you a Fendt 1050 to drive around?
Yeah, they'll give me a $500,000 tractor just to cruise to work and back in.
They might give you merch. They might give you merch to give away.
Oh, maybe
That would be
that
very
would.
cool, actually. Some hats, T-shirts, whatever. Maybe like some scale models.
Possibility.
Well, Henry, it was good to meet you, man. Glad to have you with us today. You take care, buddy.
Take care, Henry.
Yep, take care.
So what am I doing, Harv? Am I
Mowing.
windrowing? Am I cutting?
You're mowing. You're cutting.
Alrighty.
Ooh, Kyle. Kyle had a Fendt 930 rolling up the road on his way to work. You don't see them around the Midwest too often yet, but
I saw a cloth the other day. I was surprised.
the when I moved to Nevada a couple months ago from Indiana, I rolled out and one of the first things I saw when I finally got on the road was a Fendt 1050 on the back of a truck, of course. I'd swear I turned you on. There we go. Fendt
What's a
windrower.
930 was enormous. Apparently the 930 is enormous. Imagine a 1050. Woo!
Oh yeah, they're gigantic. But you know, seeing a Fendt 1050 first thing when I started out on a 2,000 mile journey just told me I was doing the right thing. It was a good omen.
Yeah.
I posted a picture of that. Oh, don't get off the edge, Harv. Most of this will go into silage. We might try putting some of this into our new compost factory.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Oh, nice, G Gamer. Lone Oak is a popular map. Has been for a couple years now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 2017 port over by Oxygen David, right?
I think so.
I think the original map maker was Bullet Bill, and Oxygen David brought it over. What speed are you running, Caveman?
It tells me I'm running 0 miles an hour.
Oh, fair enough. I'll sort it out.
It says 7 for me, Harv.
Okay. I just know I can windrow faster than Caveman can mow, so I was trying to set my speed to match him. so I don't run him down.
We're getting yellow Harv from where you windrowed on the yield map.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Well, windrowing shouldn't have any effect on the yield.
No, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but me cutting isn't giving me a color. But where you've already been, it shows yellow. Maybe it's just being weird on my end, but
Hey, I'll tell you what, for not using big equipment, the Amish and the Mennonites really, really know how to farm. They still do it old school. I actually, and I've said this a lot of times in the past, but I really think that Farm Sim needs to find a way to incorporate a historical element into the game where you start, like the Railroad Tycoon style games where you start in like 1850 and then work your way forward until you're all the way up into the 1990s with gas electric trains and stuff like that. I think it would
that'd be
be
really cool.
very cool if you could do a map progression.
How like future, also have like future harvesters too. That'd be really cool.
That would be the auto harvesters, right? The self-driven ones that you see now. There is one in the base
Yeah.
game, I'm pretty sure. And they're the John Deere autonomous.
No,
base
it's
game.
It's not base game. It's a mod.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too, Kyle. I was always a big fan of Railroad Tycoon. The problem is Giants has to, make their supporters happy. Their brand sponsors, and the brand sponsors want them to show off all of the big, fancy, shiny new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that causes a
I mean,
problem.
they could still make the old stuff. It just wouldn't be able to be branded. Like
Right.
it has to be their own name.
Well, there are plenty
basically.
of old John Deere tractors, and there's plenty of old Case.
I
and
just I understand. I
Massey
understand that
and-
there is. I was saying I don't know if the sponsors would appreciate, Giants being like, "Oh, look at this old tractor." The sponsorships might not like that.
I don't know, man. Every time I bring
But
this
if they
up,
could've
people
said
kind of
made
get
the year one that
excited
was
by
named
the
Lip-
idea.
Oh, I love the idea.
And
I'm trying to think though about the
even-
actual
even-
sponsorships would allow it.
Even if you had to do it as a brand base, like this is the history of John Deere.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ghost Pepper, thanks, buddy. Thank you very much. Welcome our newest homesteader, everyone, Ghost Pepper.
Welcome, Ghost Pepper.
Welcome.
Sharka, when you come across that property line edge there, I think you should be getting kind of close to it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and set up on that 270 GPS coordinate.
Okay.
Start running back and forth, I guess.
We'll do.
And I'll start over here on another edge, and we'll meet in the middle somewhere.
Absolutely, Jonathan. Tons of them. Tons and tons and tons of classic tractors that are still out there working in the fields.
Oh yeah. Why is it not letting me? There it goes. It's not letting me set a headland pass, or not headland pass, GPS thing there.
Yeah, you know how that gets in multiplayer sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do the Alt E. Normally it lets me set it.
See, it was like doing it as in like, Ulti was the only way to do it, but I didn't want to go with the E.
Yeah, auto drive semis make me a little bit nervous. They really do. I'll be honest. That's a whole lot of You know,
I
that's
still don't think auto-drive semis will be out for quite a few years. I know technically this Tesla semi-truck can do it, but it's not self-driving. It's just following the lead truck.
why do we not have auto drive locomotives and trains?
You know what? Yeah,
Yeah, that
those
should have been a
that
thing
feels like
before auto drive cars, auto drive big trucks.
I
Because I
think
mean,
Absolutely.
that'd be
they're
easy.
literally on a rail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been much easier to implement, I would think.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, monorails, I guess, are like that, but
I don't think so.
no, most modern rails are automatic. I do know that. Like the ones at Disneyland are automatic.
You still
They
with
have
us,
been the whole
caveman?
time.
Oh, there he
Yeah, go
goes.
ahead. I was waiting for you to
No.
go on by.
Oh, okay. I understand. I am okay. No, I thought we were good to go at this point. It didn't matter. I can speed up now, though.
Yeah, so you can speed up now. I was waiting for you to go on by so I didn't run into you.
If I can get bloody cruise control to stick. There we go. Well, I'm sure at some point, Jonathan, it will all be made safe, and I'm sure nobody's going to allow them on the roads until they're sure that they're at least 99.9%
Actually,
safe.
I do know this. I know this. And to make self-driving possible, you need data. So they have to basically be on the roads testing them. They, not saying like you obviously have a person in the driver's seat watching everything, not just, let's just go do the whatever you want truck. But they all need data, and the more data you have, the better they'll become.
And that's reasonable.
So like I know like Tesla's autopilot, it's still the driver's responsibility. The driver has to have control over the car. If you don't touch the steering wheel, the car will shut itself off. Basically saying like you're not allowed to do that.
That's
So-
the way it should be.
Because you're supposed to be training it, not it can do everything I want for me. Well, no, it's not that. It's just you're still in training. It's just they need the data, so when it does become an actual thing, it is safe and it knows what to do. You can't just do if commands for everything. There are scenarios that it needs to come up with by itself, and a human would never be able to do or certain. Like I know on highways, self-driving cars are actually safer on highways. City roads, not so much.
Safer than
They will
what?
get- Like on
Yeah.
Tesla's autopilot on a highway is 9 times safer by actual driven driven
Then
distances
what?
than the average driver in the U.S.
Yeah, sure it is.
Only on the highway though. When it hits city streets, it's not. But
Yeah, I mean they're not going to fudge the data or anything. God bless America.
But
They
I'm just
wouldn't
going. It
do
just goes by
that.
the national. It goes by the National Highway Act. Obviously, everyone drives differently, and so
Oh, well, I mean, what they've had one car tested for how long? To
no, almost every model, almost any Tesla you see on the road has autopilot equipped in it, or at least
dude.
the hardware.
And how many Teslas are there in the world? Maybe what 100,000 if you're lucky.
1.5 million, I believe.
Okay, well let's be realistic and compare those to the several billion cars that are out there in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And the data that's been collected for decades on those several million, hundreds of millions of cars or billions of cars in the world, and tell me how that data from 1 million Teslas is representative of the data collected.
The data is based on actual distance driven, on average. So the average driver in the U.S. Will drive about 500, I think it was 500,000 miles per crash, where the Tesla autopilot on the highway will drive, I think it was like 3 million. I think it's 3 million before getting in a crash.
Okay, that still seems like sketchy data to me.
Like I said, there is scenarios where a human driver could have easily saved a crash. So I wouldn't say it's perfect.
The whole self-driving car seems sketchy to me. Still.
I'm not saying it's not sketchy. I'm not saying like, oh, they should just be already on the roads, no steering wheel. I definitely don't think that yet. I definitely think they still need a person to wheel. It's just the data shows already that necessarily on at least highways are safer. City roads, not so much. They are still pretty bad on city roads. So,
Which is
and
where
like, yeah,
80% of driving takes place.
you're very correct there. So, highways are pretty simple, relatively, for vehicles. You just basically have a distance in front of you to see if the car is going faster or slower, and you just also make sure the car can stay in its lane.
Yep.
So, highways are pretty simple relative to the actual self-driving part.
Yeah, that's called a hybrid, Bradley. The kind of car you're talking about is just called a hybrid. When the battery gets too low, it runs the engine until the battery charges up, and then it'll shut the battery or shut the engine off and run on electric again. But Ben makes a good point.
If your vehicle shuts off when you get to a light, most actually just gasoline vehicles just shut themselves off at lights. It's not necessarily a hybrid, just they just shut themselves off.
No, they
It's not
don't.
necessarily electric. Yeah, my truck has one. It's a pure gasoline and it just shuts itself off when you get to a red light.
Okay, well that's
And
not most.
a lot of brand new cars up here do that. Maybe it's a different then, but a lot of cars do that now up here.
Oh, I have not seen that before, but I wouldn't say
I've
most do
never
it.
experienced it either.
Really?
Yep.
Really?
That's a thing advertised up here that like, and like I'm not saying like any like newer car that's not a really cheap car has that art built into it. It'll shut itself off when you come to a green light. You can turn them off, but yeah, it'll shut the vehicle off, and then when you go again, it'll turn it back on.
By some chance, is your truck an EcoBoost Ford?
Nope, it is a V8.
Oh.
And
It's on the EcoBoost.
Jonathan, I agree with you.
I'm not saying that's you definitely are right. There's other cars that driven more, but I'm just saying if you think about it, there's still a million cars on the road that have gone into less accidents and less distance. It's the average distance of the car. It's not total distance. I'm still not saying. Like, I still there is definitely scenarios where the car have gotten crashed and it could have been easily avoided. I definitely know those scenarios.
Okay.
So.
Well, on that note, guys, we have gotten just about everything we want to get done on the farm for today. We'll end up finishing up this grass field, collecting it, throwing it in a bunker silo, and see what comes out of it. But I think that's going to do it for us for today. Farmer Sparky says, I think that with all of the auto driving trucks and everything, it won't be long before country singers will be singing songs about their trucks leaving them. That is a brilliant
That is
observation.
epic.
Yeah.
That's absolutely so truth. So much truth there.
Yeah. Stop starting technology.
That is fantastic. And on that extremely hilarious note, I think that's going to do it for us, guys. And Kevin is saying he's an auto tech, and you're right about the cars that shut themselves down. Anyway, on that note, guys, it's been a blast. Appreciate you guys joining in with us. I hope it was to your high standards, as they always are. Even though I'm not at my peak right now, but I'm sure things will be fine, and I'll be better by Sunday. Zeke, how you doing, buddy? Didn't see you come in, but glad to have you with us too. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us on PV Uncharted. As always, we very much appreciate you coming along for the ride. And until next time, take care.